morning, Meadowbrook.
Meadowbrook. This is Grace with the Mustang Meetup. This is our new counselor, Mrs. Garza. Okay, so I have some questions for you. How long have you been counseling at Meadowbrook?
Well, this is my first year here at Meadowbrook, so I guess it's not almost a year. How long have we been here? For a few weeks. So I've been here for a little while.
Have you counseled anywhere outside of Meadowbrook?
Yeah, I've actually been a counselor for almost 7 years now, and I was working over in Cajon Valley Union School District at an elementary school actually. So this is my first experience with middle school. So far, so good.
What was one of your biggest pet peeves?
Well, to date, still, one of my biggest pet peeves are mean people. I'm like, why can't we just be nice to each other? So that's probably one of my biggest pet peeves is people who are not very kind.
Why did you decide to become a counselor?
Oh, that's a really long story, so let me shorten it. I had some trouble when I was a younger child, and my counselor actually noticed me, and she helped me through some of that stuff, and that's just where my passion's been, just to help people know that you have that potential, you have that in you, but sometimes we don't know it, so we need somebody to help us out, and that's what someone did for me. So I found that this is the way that I can do it for other people. So.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye, Meadowbrook. Whoa, what's this?
That right there is the Voice of Kindness mailbox. It is a place where you can drop off nice notes for your friends to be read aloud on the Meadowbrook News.
Thank you. Hey, Meadowbrook. Today we'll be reading the first letter of the year. I found this note about a half a year ago in my locker when I was having a bad day. The note cheered me up, and I was about to spread the kindness and give it to another person who was not doing so well. But over time, I forgot about it, and I was cleaning my desk cabinets. I come across the pink post-it note and remember how it helps me feel better in a tough time. Instead of sharing this note with a friend, I decided to spread the kindness to all of Meadowbrook and share the words of kindness with everyone. I would also like to thank whoever wrote the note, and I encourage everyone to continue to spread the kindness. Thank you, Meadowbrook.
The Voice of Kindness mailbox is located in room 501, which is directly next to the Mustang Market.
I wonder what we could do to make her feel better.
We should buy her a Great Start grant.
That's a good idea. Let's go find some more information.
Hi guys, do you know anything about Great Start grams?
Yeah.
Do you guys know when they're being sold?
They're being sold September 10th to September 14th. How much are they?
$1 each.
Grams will be delivered on Friday, September 21st at the end of 7th period.
A few moments later.
Here's your gram.
Thanks!
Welcome to the MB Mail.
Got a
Let's see what
letter.
we got in the mail.
just got a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from.
I have a question for Principal Brownlee. How was your first 2 weeks of school? From an anonymous 7th grader.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from.
I have a question for you, Ms. Brownlee. How was your first 2 weeks of school? From an anonymous 7th grader. Well, my first 2 weeks have been absolutely amazing so far. Everybody's been so much fun, getting high fives in the morning, watching the kids learn. It's been a great 2 weeks. Look forward to 2 more.
Thank you for watching the Meadowbrook Mail. If you have any questions, please submit your letters to room 501. We'd love to hear your questions. Bye!
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from.
What on earth are you guys doing?
We're practicing for Western Day.
When is Western Day?
Western Day is September 21st.
What kind of clothes can you wear?
You can wear any cowboy apparel, but as long as it's dress code.
Make sure you don't have any weapons.
Let's go. Don't forget to dress up, Meadowbrook.
Yay! This is Sam
and Zane
with the character cards.
Character cards are awarded for showing good character and doing kind things around campus. Once you've earned a character card, you can turn it in to the bucket in room 501 or the bucket in front of Oscar in the attendance office. There's a random weekly drawing with character cards where 4 character cards are chosen. These can be then redeemed and turned into the AP office for a $5 gift certificate to the Mustang Market.
You want to draw a character card?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I want to draw a character card.
Nathan A.
Wait, you're not supposed to put my character card in there?
Character card for displaying excellence in trustworthiness, respect, responsibility. Awarded to Eduardo Mata.
You're famous.
Mike Washington. Ryan Rabaga. Hungry. Hey Victor, where do you think I could get some snacks?
Well, Diego, let me show you.
All right.
Well, you can buy food right here. And you can buy snacks right here.
Can I have a cookie, please?
Bye, Meadowbrook. Hey Mustangs, I'm James.
And I'm Helena.
And we're gonna be dumpster diving.
No papers in the recycling, please. Cans and bottles go into the recycling. Keep it clean, Meadowbrook.
Hey guys, it's Kaden.
And Ryan.
With the word up. The first word is administration. The definition of administration is the government of a country at a particular time, or the people who manage a company or institution. An example sentence is, the administration of Meadowbrook can be found at the office.
The second word is effect. The definition of effect is to do something that produces a change in someone or something. The heat drastically affected Caden, gradually slowing his mile time.
This is Kaden.
And Ryan.
With the word up.
Hey Meadowbrook, it's Reagan and Caitlin with the weekly announcement.
Bits! Our first spirit day is Western Day, and this will be held on Friday, September 21st.
Make sure to wear your Western gear, such as jeans, flannels, bandanas, cowboy hats, or boots.
Keep up the great work on the fundraiser, but remember, all cash and/or check donations are due this Friday to your first period teacher, but online donations will be accepted all the way through the end of the fundraiser.
Keep trying to get pledges though. $25 is the minimum donation to participate in the Wipeout Party. The first period class with the highest percentage of participation will win a class donut party. The actual Wipeout Party is on November 26th.
Remember to buy your Great Star grams this week in front of the Mustang Market.
They will be delivered on September 21st.
That's all for now, Meadowbrook. Bye!
Good morning, Meadowbrook. This is Aiden with the words of wisdom.
Listen to this ancient Hebrew proverb which is inscribed at the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. In other words, it's important to gain wisdom, because with wisdom comes understanding. And the more we understand ourselves and others, the more likely we are to be honest, caring, and successful human beings. Today, and every day, seek knowledge and wisdom. Remember, it's important to educate your heart as well as your mind. The more you understand, the wiser your choices, and the wiser your choices, the brighter your future. So wise up. It's the smart thing to do.
With something to think about, this is Aiden. Make it a great day or not, the choice is yours.
My birthday was September 9th, so I had just turned 9. My dad was one of the 23 police officers, same as Ramon Suarez. I miss him a lot. I really do. Seeing his name in the memorial, it means everything.
On September 11th, 2001, the World Trade Center was attacked. It became known as Ground Zero. After years of hard work and rebuilding, the entire site has been transformed into one of beauty and of remembrance. At its heart is the National 9/11 Memorial. Millions of visitors from all around the world come to this site to pay their respects each year. What they see are two enormous reflecting pools that sit in the very footprints of where the Twin Towers stood. The pools are surrounded by bronze panels inscribed with the names of the nearly 3,000 people who died in the attacks of 2001 and the World Trade Center bombing in 1993.
When you come to the memorial, you come up to the edge of each one of these voids, and you see this enormous empty space in front of you. It's a space that can't be filled and will not be filled. It is there where you encounter the names of the dead.
First, the impression you have as a visitor is how many names there are. It's a sea of names over an ocean of tears.
The Memorial Plaza, made up of hundreds of swamp white oak trees, surrounds the memorial pools. One tree is different. It is a Callery pear tree, now known as the Survivor Tree. This tree was at the site on September 11th, 2001. Discovered in a pile of rubble by some recovery workers. It was nursed back to health and returned here. And in some sense, it really embodies the whole experience of 9/11 in a living being. It is damaged, but it also shows a tremendous amount of new growth.
And now there are no words to describe how bad it was. The massive debris field, the smell of death completely took over your whole being. To work out of that to where we are now, it was a slow, hard process.
As bad as 9/11 was, it demonstrated that when the times require, we do have the capacity to come together and take care of each other with limitless compassion.
I remember that day. I remember where I was and what I was doing. My generation, we remember growing up with it. It's like you were part of history. Makes me very proud to know that my dad went out the way for strangers. That's what I call a hero. Nobody ever wants to forget those people that passed away that day. Those people were brothers, wives, mothers, sisters, friends, and those people should be remembered in every way possible.
Every single person that comes here is making a contribution. You truly are our future. Thank you.
There's this guiding quote that we used when we were building the museum, that memorials are promises that you make to future generations to not repeat mistakes of the past.
Creating a museum around tragedy is no small feat. Local Project's Jake Barton discusses how they approached a museum about 9/11, an event from America's recent past that's still affecting us every day.
8.7 million people have already gone through this museum, and it's incredible to see the people who come through, right? Because you have certainly you have veterans and you have tourists, but you have school kids. Every single one of them did not live through 9/11. So that was really the tricky part. How do you make an experience that can work both for people who literally ran out of the burning buildings, but also people who weren't even born on that day? And our initial approach, which is essentially the core of the museum, is to use the stories of those who lived through that experience to educate people who didn't.
What's actually amazing, like looking around, you do see people taking photos of some things on their phones, but like almost no one is on their phone.
For sure.
And like these are all like a lot of young people.
Yep, that's exactly right. And I think that we designed this experience specifically so that people could both get information, but more importantly be gathered together communally. They're communal gathering spaces. This is something that's very, very special about designing experiences in physical space is they have the capacity to bind people together, in particular strangers. So this is probably, besides the slurry wall, the largest artifact that we have inside the museum. It's called the Last Column. Now, because the recovery happened on site for a full year, they had this incredibly dedicated group of individuals who worked tirelessly around the clock, certainly at the beginning, but really throughout the entire year to excavate the site. We wanted to find a way to unearth and to share all the incredible stories that are embedded inside of this individual column itself. Because for the people who left their name on it, their mark on it, meant so much to them. And so that's exactly what this is that essentially it lets you zoom in on any of these individual stories and understand the stories behind them.
Walking through, you don't necessarily feel affected by any one thing, but you can't help but to start reliving parts of it.
That's exactly right.
Right.
And we did that very, very much on purpose. And again, with that dual vision of this will work for the people who lived through the experience, people who had the most searing memories, even who are on the site on that day. But then it will also work for school children, because it starts to actually unpack for them what it was like to have a moment where, I mean, a third of the world either watched us live or on that day. This moment of incredible global witness, just based on the event itself. Literally unprecedented. So how do you communicate that? You can put that as a plaque on the wall that people won't read, or you can make this audio landscape that is filled with all these different voices in different languages that gives you that sense of, wow, the world was watching live.
Thank you for watching the Metalwork News. Please stand, face the flag, put your right hand over your heart, ready, begin.